Hi, what is up, Redeem Team? So I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Kristen asked me to come on, and if you guys don't know, she's a pretty big deal, and you have an amazing leader. Okay, let me start by saying I'm so sorry that it took me so long. But where we live, there's mountains everywhere, and if you're not just in the right spot, you're not going to get service, and it sucks. So I didn't have service, and I did not want to start and not have service. But if you don't know who I am Michelle Eldridge. Obviously it says it up there, but I want to say hi to you guys. I like to formally introduce myself. When you hop on, say hey. Let me know what you're doing. Hey, Elise. Hey, Ann. Hey, Melissa. Hey, you guys. How are you? Are you guys doing great? Happy Thursday, right? We're all waiting for tomorrow. I am. So I know maybe some of you have heard my story, maybe on the team call, maybe you heard it on Team Marvelous, or maybe you got it from my YouTube, or maybe so on and so forth. But I'm going to tell you something. I never tell it the same way twice. I feel the energy of what I'm doing, and I go that way. And it's the same story, but you get something different, maybe a little different every time. And I'm going to start, like, if you didn't see what this is titled, it's titled No Excuses, hashtag do it anyway. Because for me, you're going to learn that there really wasn't any. And I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to try to help some of you guys, maybe. So, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I'm trying to keep my voice down just a little bit because I can get a little loud. My daughter's a little bit under the weather, and I'm hoping that she takes a nap and gets over that because I have a party later, and I've got a live video getting ready after this, like for one of my girls' launch class, so it's going to be insane. And I'm going to go over a little bit of what goes on in my day after we're done. So, first of all, I was like, obviously, when I was growing up, whether you know it or not, I was around drugs. I was passed around. My parents were on drugs. I didn't know my dad, but any man that my mom had, like, he was on drugs, but he wasn't around me, right? And I just went wherever. My grandparents, they took me to church, and they loved me. Anytime that they could get me, they had me, and they were really all that I had. But where I really felt safe was school, because they loved on me, and so I done super well at school. I done super well at school because it was like really my safe place. There was no arguing, there was none of that. And so as I got older, my mom got worse and worse, and then me and my sister got put in foster care, and then the social worker said, you know, it'll be easier for to get one back versus two. And so what I done, I was like, okay, what can I do? Hey, Kristen. And so I was like, can I live with my dad? Will my dad take me? I didn't know my dad. But they said, yeah, if he'll take you, you can do that. And they will give your mom will have a better chance of getting your sister back. And I'd raised my sister since I was 4 years old, so I really loved her and wanted the best for her, so I really didn't care where I went. So I ended up with my dad. I was 14, and I hated it there. They treated me so bad, and they were the same way. Thank you guys for having me so much. They were the same way. They were on drugs, and they were doing this, and they were doing that, and one day I snuck out. There was this guy that I liked, you know, being 14, and you think you really like somebody, and so I snuck out, and I went with this guy, and I've only told this story once, this version. So you guys are getting it for the second time ever. So I snuck out, and he had a cousin, and he was supposed to meet with one of my friends, and she was supposed to, you know, he was like 20-something years old, and so was she, so they were supposed to, like, talk, whatever. Long story short, I lose my virginity. That guy raped me, and it messed me up bad. And somehow I started doing drugs. I don't really know how. It was just like, I don't know. I knew there had to be something, you know, what was the big deal? And I felt so dirty and gross, I couldn't wash it off. I mean, it was so on me. And there was nothing I could do. So I just found it. It wasn't like I didn't know how to get it. So I started doing drugs, and I was like 14 years old. And so from 14 on, right? Oh, Paula, you are so, I love you. at 14, right? At 14. And the police, I was the bad person because I snuck out at 14 where I live. Nothing was ever done to this guy. I knew his name. I knew everything about him and all these things, and nothing happened. So keep moving on. So I still done well in school because it's still the only place that I went. Even though people called me a whore because, you know, that's how guys are. It was hard, but I still done good in school, and I graduated early, and I could have went anywhere I wanted to go, even on drugs. Obviously, they didn't know that I was, but I was. And instead, I just kept doing the drugs. I moved back home with my mom at 12:01. When I turned 18, I moved back in with my mom because I missed my sister because I wasn't allowed to see her, and I just wanted, I don't know, I just wanted that love, I guess, that I never got. At least there I felt accepted, even when I really was just somebody they could throw around. It wasn't as bad as at my dad's. So anyway, moving on. So at 18, I got put in jail. And from there, I was in jail from 18 to 21, pretty much the whole time, minus a month or two. The whole time. Like the best years of my life, I'm giving it to the jailhouse, okay. But in between that, when I was out and then when I got out, I was homeless and I was freezing. And they would chase me out of these places because I was freezing. Like, I was trespassing, but I was froze. I didn't have a blanket. I didn't have anything. And it was like the farmer's market. The police would chase me, or they would arrest me, or they would something. But they never did try to help me. And so, when I got out the last time, I was on a bicycle, okay? And my husband now, I met him there. I saw him washing his truck at the car wash. And that's how we met. And we drove off that day together with the suds on his truck. He never even rinsed them off. Never rinsed them off, okay? And we never meant for it to be anything, but about 2 weeks in, we're both homeless. We're sleeping in a truck. We go to stay with his mom, and then we're doing this, and we're doing that. And he's like, you know, if we're going to make this work, we're either going to have to make a life or we're going to have to part ways. And for the first time in years, I actually cared about something other than not feeling anything, because that was my motive. That was my everyday. I just don't want to feel anything. And I felt something. I didn't want to lose him. And so from there, we got a camper, and we were still doing the drugs. He worked, so we wasn't having to look for anything, right? But I woke up one day, and it was waiting for me. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't like I hadn't been in worse shape, because I'd been in way worse shape. But I woke up one day, and I'm like, I'm over it. I'm so over it, man. I can't keep doing this. This is killing me. Literally. I was diagnosed with hepatitis C right after this. After I decided I was going to be clean. And they guessed I'd had it since I was 18 years old. Imagine being 21 and hearing you have hep C. Right? Okay. So then 3 months later, I get pregnant with my son. So I'm clean, right? But that just gives me so much drive to keep going, because when you tell it like this, it seems so easy. Oh, she just decided one day she was going to quit, and she quit. It's not that simple. Like, I did just quit, but it was so hard. It was so hard. So, after I had my son, he was born premature. He was born at 30 weeks. And the other day at the PDS, we raised $70,000 for the freaking March of Dimes. And the March of Dimes, without them, I wouldn't have my son. And it was the most amazing things. I was hearing people dropping $15,000, stroking checks, more than one person, for the March of Dimes. Just giving it away. And it was such an empowering feeling to be amongst these people. It was so good. And in 2 years' time, I will be writing that check for over $10,000 for the March of Dimes. You can take that to the bank, okay? But, so, after my son was born, and we got to take him home finally out of the NICU because he had lung issues, and still this day he struggles. He's got a vertebrae missing in his spine. And so, we got an apartment because we couldn't keep that little camper warm. We got an apartment, and that was a big deal for us, right? And from the camper, we got a mobile home. And we owe it. We don't owe on it. We own it. It is ours. And we went from 1 truck to 2 or 3 to having a lawnmower and 3 motorcycles, and I still never had a car. I was never allowed to have a car. I never had any income of my own. I couldn't get a job anywhere. If my husband wasn't making money under the table, he wouldn't have had a job either. So in 2015, my husband's driving down the road. He gets shot. And his drug of choice was a little different than mine. He liked meth. I'm sure all of you know what that is or know of it. So when he got shot, I thought he was on meth because he started acting crazy. They repaired the artery in his arm. They put a fake one in there. But he started acting crazy. But I thought he was on meth because he was acting crazy. And that's what meth people do usually, right? And so I would make him sleep outside, like literally. And finally he's like, I'm not. I'll take a drug test. So I took him to the hospital. And he passed a drug test 8 times in a row. And so I'm like, something is wrong. And it was PTSD, and it was paranoid schizophrenia. His brother also had it, and nothing ever happened to him. But what happened was he believed it was real, and I couldn't help him. I couldn't help him. And I tried for 2 years. I called everybody that I could think of to call, and nobody would help him. They're like, well, if something drastic happens, then I can help you. Something drastic happened because he almost cut his brother's head off, almost killed me and my kids and his mother, and then they finally brought the whole department to come and get him. And so last April, he's arrested. Hey! So last April, he's arrested, and here we are, alone, 2 kids, never been alone with 2 kids. I can't get a job. I have no babysitter, no help, no nothing, and what the hell am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have no money, no savings, no nothing. No nothing. And so I just kept looking. I see all these people that are like working from home. I'm like, whoa, what is that? And I look, and most of them are like, it's auto ship, it's inventory, and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't have the money for that shit. I couldn't do that. There was no way I could do that. And so what I done was I was invited to this Facebook party back in August, a year ago. And I never looked at them, but I looked at this one, and I was so glad that I did. I was like, wow. I was so depressed. I was in such a bad place. I was alone. I had nobody. All I had was him for years. And then he was gone. And so I didn't know really how to act. I didn't have friends. And so when I saw that makeup, I thought, you know what? I'll buy 110 at a time. And if I like it, maybe I can figure it out. So I did. I bought 110 at a time. I got it, and I fell in love with it. Even though I didn't know what I was doing because I didn't wear makeup, I needed something for me. And so I got it, and I wore it, and I loved it, and I was like, everybody needs it. So I messaged the girl that done the party. I'm like, how do I do this? How much is it? What's this and this and this? Long story short, I sold toys, I sold clothes, I sold pictures, I sold everything I could think of to get the freaking basic kit. And I got it. And when I got it, I just went live. Over and over and over again. My kids in the background. I didn't have a light. I didn't have this. Right now I'm outside. I'm not using a light. And I told the people, I don't really know makeup. I don't wear makeup, but we're going to do it together, and it's going to be great because I know if this makeup, I like it, and I do good with it, you're going to do great with it. It's super easy. It's super quick, and we're going to do it. And I just kept doing it over and over and over and over again. And I would ask people for the share. When my kids would come through, well, it's real life, you guys. I'm not going to try to hide my kids. I'm not going to try to be anything that I am not. I'm not going to worry about the girl that's got her kids put away while she does her life because that's not me. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to be the girl who, oh, well, my dog's barking. Whoops, sorry. Like there's a lawnmower in the background right now. I can't help it. It's life. I can't hide it. It is what it is. I'm going to be me 24/7. And when you own who you are, you will blow up here. Understand that I don't want all your posts to be about mascara, but every 4 posts, then you should post something about the makeup. And I don't want you saying mascara in every post. I mean, you may not be taught this, so take it with a grain of salt, but for me, I don't post mascara in every post. I don't say that, and here it is. And the reason why is because I'm sharing me. I'm sharing my life, because if I didn't, nobody would buy from me. They have to know you. They have to trust you. And it ain't all rainbows and sunshine. Nobody's going to look at your life like they're going to think there's something wrong with them if they never see something bad happen to you. Never see a struggle. Never see anything everything's perfect. No, that's not possible. There's no way that everything's perfect. So when you're real with people and you let them know that it's okay to be not perfect, to be flawed, and do it anyway, and not make excuses, you're going to get those people. When they say your vibe attracts your tribe, you're going to get those people that are hungry as you are. You're going to get those people who feel like the underdogs, or not the pretty girls, or the girls with the underbite, or the splitting their teeth, or whatever. The girls that were maybe on drugs like me, the girls that were homeless like me. That's the people I attract because that's who I am. I'm so damn happy to attract those people, because when you're in a position to, like, do you understand that there are so many people out there like me who, when they say they don't have the money, if you ask them, what is your plan B? How are you going to make it otherwise? If you can't afford this kit, what are you going to do? And if you don't at least ask them, you're doing them a disservice. Do you understand what we have here? You could miss out on changing somebody's life because you're too afraid to reach out to them. You're too afraid to message them because of your self-image. Do you still see how selfish that is? Because what if they're like me? What if their lights are fixing to get cut off? They have no car, they have nothing, and nobody, and you didn't want to ask them. You didn't want to ask them. You guys, come on. Come on. So, we have to get over that. You have to get over that. I promise you, if you ask them, are you open to checking it out? If not, okay, they're not going to think anything of you. What they're not going to like is when you're tiptoeing through the tulips and they're like, how's your cat? How's your dog? How's your friend? How's your job? Da 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 da. And then you're like, oh, do you want to, I forgot. Do you want to look at this makeup? You want to make some extra money? Because then they're going to say, oh, she's fake, and she's fake, and she's fake, and she's fake. I don't do that. Okay? So if it's somebody I've not talked to in a long time, this is what I say. Hey, Christina, I'm so in love with your backyard. Like, you know that those flowers, you know how I used to love flowers. Like, your yard is goals, seriously. Even if you don't have kids. I said this flower example on purpose, you guys. So, I love your yard. That is awesome. Do you do that yourself? Do you have help? Do you hire somebody? Because I really need to know what you're doing. And I would really love to catch up with you, but I really wanted to know if you'd be open at checking out this side thing that I'm doing. I found this new makeup. It's super simple. I've got time to do other things like planting flowers or playing with my kids or whatever. And it's super affordable. Even I could afford it when I was at my brokest. And if not, it's totally okay. How simple is that? And if they say yes, you know what you do. You go to Amanda's Linktree thing. That is in Team Freedom. Maybe it's in here. I'm not sure. And you send them the video if they say yes. And if they say no, you say, okay, how are you? That's totally fine. How are you? And then you talk to them. Because then that gives you a second chance. Okay? Right. And then if they don't respond, so what? When it's their birthday, still say happy birthday. If they comment on your stuff, still say thank you. Because you have to appreciate them. You have to be grateful for every single person that is supporting you. Even if it is the same 3 people. Who cares? Those 3 people, you better be giving them some love. You better be loving all on them. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because you don't know who they might share it with that might need you. That you might need. You don't have any idea. You have no idea. Okay? Alright. So, next thing. So, a lot of people don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I'm in Rank Makers, and Ray Higdon, if you don't follow him, you need to, Ray and Jessica Higdon. But they have this group, and it's called Rank Makers, and I've been in there since the beginning of the year, and every day he does a training. You pay $20 a month, and you get a training from Ray freaking Higdon every day, and he gives you an action step every day. Whether you do it or not, you're starting your day off correctly. Like, you get fired up, you're ready to take the day, and it's made me so much more consistent that I can honestly say that I get over 5 new customers a week because I do what he suggests. And it's open right now if you want to check it out. JoinRankMakers.com. If you want to check it out, it's open till 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. But if you don't have the money for that, if you can't pull that $20 out of whatever, then you need to go follow him. Or if you don't resonate with him, go find somebody else. Because you need outside perspective. You need outside training. That's why it's so important to get to events like GoPro, like the PDS event that I was at this weekend. The company events are so important because you get the love and the feels and the bonding. But what you need is outside perspective. I'm going to tell you a story, and I told it to my team yesterday. I'm going to tell you again. So there was this man I heard at the PDS, and he got robbed, and he was by himself, and they put him in his trunk, and he died. But do you know, he fit until he died. He busted his taillight out with his hand inside that trunk, and he pushed for the button and pushed for the button, and he could not get it and he died. He literally died, and he tried so hard to live. His sons came. One of the sons were like, I want to see what my dad felt like. So he gets in the trunk and he shuts the trunk, and the other son stands out there, right? The other son stands out there and he sees him, and he's trying. He put his hand through like his dad did, and he's trying to get it, and he can't get it, and he can't get it. And he's like, man, where is it? And he said, just an inch up. And he put his hand just an inch up, pop, open the trunk, because of that outside perspective. So you may be this close to something huge. You may be this close to something huge, but you're not getting it because you're not getting that outside perspective. You're not surrounding yourself with other views, other ways, because there is no one way that's going to work for everybody. There's no doctrine. You got to find what resonates with you and run with it. Run with it. So that man, they say, if somebody wants it bad enough, they're going to do it. That's not true. The man absolutely wanted to live, but he had no outside perspective, and he died. Right? He wanted to live. He wouldn't have busted that thing out. He wouldn't have been bleeding. There wouldn't have been blood. Like, come on. You need that outside perspective. So when she says, let's go to GoPro, if there's a will, there's a way. Say, yes, I'm going, and figure it out. Get there, man. If she says, let's go to this Ray Heaton event, let's go. Let's go. Because you don't know what you're going to hear that you need. You get so many stories from those places that you have no idea what you can do with them, or what person you're going to talk to that's going to need to hear it, so that you can help them, so that you can impact more people. I'm going to tell you what I do every day, okay? I'm going to tell you what I do every day. So just today, just for example, okay? I was up until 2 a.m. last night. I had to get up at 6 a.m. this morning for my son. And I was working. I wasn't just up twiddling my thumbs, okay? So I get up this morning at 6 o'clock. I get my son on the bus, right? Okay? Are you with me so far? And then I make my post on my Instagram. I make a post on my Facebook. I make a post in my Facebook group. And then I watch Ray's video every morning. Then I do his daily action step, right? And then after that, I'll make lunch or breakfast breakfast for my daughter because she's here with me, right? And then we'll play for a little while. And then I will come back. And here I'll start again. So then I'll start reaching out to people. I reach out to 20 people before my head hit the pillow. I do not care how long it takes me. So if I do it right away, then I'm not procrastinating. Then I'm not going to bed at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., whatever, however late you want to, whatever. I get it done. 20 people no matter what. And that is after Ray's action step. So today he said 15 people. That's 15 plus 20 for me. Okay? I don't miss a day on posting. I do 7 Instagram stories every single day, little segments every day. You won't see a day that I don't have 7 up there, and you won't see a day that I've not posted at least 1 post on my stuff on all my platforms, okay? I make at least 1 video for YouTube, at least 2 live videos, most of the time 3, every single week. Okay, and like right now, after this, I've got to go live in a girl's launch class because that's her launch class. I'm going live in there doing a get ready with me. That's why I'm barefaced right now. Then after that, I've done this, right? Then there's that, and then I go to an in-person party class, whatever, right after that. And then after that, I'll come back and I'll make my second post for the day because I've made time. I'll make supper. I'll do baths, we'll read, we'll play, and my phone will be down when I'm doing those things. Right? Right? Okay? Then after that, I will answer anything after that. So they're laying in the bed and say it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'll start answering people back because obviously I've got some kind of something. So I'll answer people back. And then after I get all that done, if there's nothing else, then I'll go to bed. But I might have to clean. I might have to get something ready that I wasn't ready for. I might have to do something else, but I always do something in my business. I had a girl tell me today, well, it's that week of the month. I just feel like blah. I've not posted on my personal page all week. And I'm like, you're probably not going to like what I'm telling you, but I'm going to tell you to do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do you think that, like, I was really frustrated because I didn't have service? I like to be on time. When I said 2 p.m. Eastern time, that's what I wanted to be on here at. But I couldn't do it, but I showed up anyway. My daughter is in there. She feels bad today. Showing up anyway. You cannot you let yourself make the excuses. Let me just tell you. You're going to go, right? You will succeed as high as your lowest limiting belief. Hear what I'm saying to you? You will succeed only as high as your lowest limiting belief. So if you're holding yourself back, well, I've got kids, I can't do this. If I don't have time because XYZ, I got 14 kids and 2 jobs and this or that. There's people who are deaf. There's people who are disabled. There's people with way more going on than you or me. Way more going on than you or me. And they're making crap happen. Do you think the Cat Fairchild just has nothing going on? Come on. She does it anyway. She does the crap anyway. And if you want that kind of, if you have that kind of desire and you want to be at the tippy top, you got to do it anyway. You got to do it anyway. Prove yourself wrong, but never break a promise to yourself. And if y'all don't know, Rachel Hollis is the bomb, and she's going to be the speaker at the Nashville thing. So if you can get there, get there. But don't miss GoPro. Don't miss GoPro. Okay? Because you're going to get the inspiration. You're going to get all the feels, but you're going to get direction. You're going to get action. Because all the love and the feels and the learning in the world is going to get you nowhere without activity. Okay? So don't feel like you need to know all the things. Learn some, do some. Learn some, do some. Don't learn, then do. Learn, then do. Learn some, then do some. Learn some, then do some. You got to work for it if you want it. And nobody ever said it's going to be easy. Do you think in 5 years to be financially free, if that's how long it takes you, do you not think that's a great freaking deal? You're not in debt. You're not in debt. You don't have some auto ship. What's $12? Like, the kid's a tax write-off, so there's no excuse. In 5 years, if you want to be, you can be financially free just by showing up. And that's a long time. Like, that's really spacing it out there. It really shouldn't take that long if you're showing up every day. But if you are posting every day, if you're doing live videos, and if you're afraid of live video, I really want you to do it. And if you need somebody on there with you, friend me, tag me in your video. I will come and root you on all the way. Because you can't be afraid to look dumb. I didn't even wear makeup, and you do it anyway. You do it anyway, and you will see the results. I promise you that, okay? So, you guys, oh, but just wait, I forgot one thing. So, just to say, now I've been here since September 2nd, okay? Okay? And I'd only recruited 3 people up until December of 2017. 2018 now, I almost have 20 directs to me. I've recruited 3 people just this month. Before, I recruited 11 people in 45 days in April and March. And I've never sold under $1,000 in a month, $1,038, and that was January. That was my worst month. And I've been MIA. I've went to 2 different events for like 2 weeks of this month, and I'm still over 2,000. You guys, there are no excuses. 0 excuses. I've hit over 4,000 twice in a row, last month and the month before, and I'm still going for it this time. I will hit $2,800, which is $1,000 cash in my pocket without my team at all. Without my team at all, $2,800, $1,000 cash in my pocket. I will hit that if nothing else. Without the money I'm making from my team, because I'm helping them the way I hope to help you, okay? When you do something for 2 weeks and you think, oh, it's not working, I'm going to quit now, it's not working for me, that doesn't work for me. 2 weeks isn't going to cut it. I've been here almost a year, and it took me till my 9 and 10, or my 10 and 11th month mark to hit those $4,000 marks. And before that, I was just hitting 3,000 and something. You know what I mean? You gradually will grow if you consistently do it for that long a time, that length of time. You will keep doing it. You will keep doing it. And here's what I want you to do every week. If you'll do it for me, this is what I want you to do. If you take nothing from me, take this, okay? Take this last little segment. I want you to every week, you guys are amazing, just so you know. I will read your comments when I'm done. But if I get off track, I will lose everything. But this is what I need you to do for me. Do it for you. Don't do it for your kids. I mean, we all know that we want stuff better for our kids, but do it for you, okay? Do it for you. Every week. Every Monday, every Sunday, whichever day you want to pick. I don't do stuff on Sunday, so it's Monday. Every single week. This is why I love Frank Makers, because he reminds me. Pick action goals that you can control. When you're setting your goals for the month, don't make them stuff you can't control. You can't control if you sell $4,000. You can say, you can manifest it and say, I'm selling $4,000 this month. But you can't control if you do or not. You can control how many people you message. You can control how many live videos you do. You can control how many posts you make. You can control if you show up every day. You can control those things. You can control if you're on Audible or not. You can control what you're doing for your business. You can't control how many yeses you get. But I promise you. So make activity goals. So say you're having a tough week, then don't stretch yourself. Don't miss your goals. Do it every week. So this week, I had a cram-packed week last week, so I really couldn't do as many. This week, 20 messages a day. Like, that's my thing all the time. Plus the activity steps, right? So I want you... Sorry, this bus is behind me. Hold on. Y'all can come. Y'all can come. Go on. Just be quiet. Harley's asleep. Just make activity goals. How many people are you going to reach out to? Are you going to post every day? Are you going to do an Instagram story every day? Are you going to do 3 live videos this week? Whatever. And then check them off your list. Make sure they're wrote down every single week. Check them off your list. Now, also, here's the last thing. So in the next 2 years, right? Think about vision it. Vision it. Okay? Envision it, no lie. So in 2 years, what do you want in your life? For me, I want to be influencer. And I want to redo my kids' bedrooms, throw out all their clothes, and get new ones for me and them. That's what I want to do. And I want a newer car, no less than 4 years old. No more than 4 years old. That's what I want. And I vision it. I see myself riding in that maroon Toyota Corolla. That's what I like. That's what my car is now, but I want a new one. I envision myself with the windows down, or with the air conditioner on, or my kids in the back. I envision their brand new car seats in the back. I envision me being able to give that 10 grand to March of Dimes when I'm influencer and when my team is thriving. Okay? I envision my kids wearing whatever they want so that they don't ever have to be the kids that I was. I envision that stuff. I see all that. So if one of your goals is to retire your husband, what the hell are you and your husband going to do on Tuesday? You need to think about it. What are you and your husband going to do? Where are you going to go out to eat? Whatever your things are, see them. See them, write them down, talk about them. Tell your husband, tell your friends, tell whoever, manifest it, right? Yeah, can't wait either. Whoop, whoop. Get out there, gorgeous. That is basically my message to you today. Get out there, gorgeous. And if you don't see it, swipe your comments away. Right there. You need to get out there because you don't know who's missing out on you. Right? Who's missing out on you? Who are you leaving out by not showing up and sharing you? So I challenge you to be vulnerable. Share something about you that maybe is not the easiest. You don't have to get so dark and ugly, but share something so that people realize you're human too. It's not just a highlight reel, okay? So, yeah, what are you going to do on Tuesdays? You never know, right? But I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me. If you did not watch this from the beginning, make sure that you do. I hope that if one of you, I really hope that more than one of you, but if one of you take this and run with it, it is so worth it for me. I really, really hope you understand that none of us have excuses and that any of us can do it. The possibilities, where we are, the belief in what we're doing. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you need to reevaluate. I'm telling you. But we have something here. We have something here that most companies don't have. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you all. You're going to be amazing. If you want to ask me some questions anytime, drop them below. Message me, whatever. I will do my best to help you. Thank you so much, Kristen, for having me. It was amazing. So the Redeem team, make it happen. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.